we won't have this sport culture.
Only kind of first real love. My baby got them dreams she can touch, and a voice from above. She's a pearl in the rough. It takes a village to raise her. We don't do it all by us. I know my smile can be upstage and on the stage.
All right, we're back, folks. It's Barak, Fight Nation, the Zone, SirusXM. We have, yes, a legend on the line. And listen, last week I spoke to T. I think it was a week ago. We had Tia Mari on, and I said I grew up on you. And I got a lot of heat for that, but I'm going to say this. We grew up together. The one and only Brandy is on the line, folks.
What's up?
What's going on?
Welcome.
It's like,
How are you guys?
We're good. I mean, considering we're in New York in the epicenter of this pandemic, you know what I mean? So a lot going on.
Hanging in there.
Yeah, and we've both suffered from the coronavirus, so we are in the mix of this, but still working. So we're doing all right considering, though.
I'm
Getting a lot better.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, I mean,
the only difference with her and anybody else is that, yeah, you grew up on her. We all grew up with her, but she's the only one that did not age. She still got that Moesha look. This is crazy.
Yo,
It's the braids. It's the braids.
It's the braid. Nah. You've been taking great care of yourself. And before we get into, I want to get to that Baby Mama record. I love this song though. Like Chance killed it. Yo, it's so dope. Like, and just the whole concept is dope. But I want to get into like Brandy's life in the last 2 months. I mean, people are getting into the hobbies, creating new hobbies, reflecting, getting close to God. What's the most productive thing that you've done during this time?
I think for me, it's been my writing. Of course, I've been writing for years, but I've been writing just deeper messages to God. Of course, just trying to just keep that connection and keep that, that solid connection with God is a beautiful thing to have right now. And just staying close to my family, my daughter, my parents, just trying to stay close. This is a very uncertain time for all of us. And I've just been staying positive as I can be.
Oh, that's so beautiful. But a more important question, how much toilet paper do you have?
Yo, I have a hookup at Rite Aid. I have a hookup.
Because that's like the hardest.
My homie George at Rite Aid has put aside every Thursday.
Well, I might need a couple of rolls. I might have to call George.
Right. I got you.
But you know what? Outside of toilet paper, there's one thing that it's been hard to get for even celebrities is masks and like N95s. Like, are you secure with the masks?
I'm secure with the mask. My dad has a hookup on the mask and the gloves. So we've been blessed to have that.
Must be nice. Must be nice to be a celebrity. You get hookups on masks, toilet paper.
I don't even think it's that. It's just that I have a great relationship with my team at Rite Aid. I've been going there for the last 20 years.
Right. So y'all really cool.
Family,
like they just hooking you up. Nah, I get that. But are you the paranoid type, Brandy? Like with this whole pandemic, like there's so many conspiracies out there, and I think sometimes it influences people on social media, particularly Instagram, because there's so much information hitting agendas and so on. Are you taking this like super serious? Like you don't go out without a mask and so on and so forth?
Of course, I've been following all of the rules, just to be safe, not just for me. It's not just about me. It's about everybody. So, if I wear a mask, it's for everybody. My gloves, keeping my hands clean, social distancing, all of that I feel is very, very important. Of course, I don't watch a whole lot of, news and, I try to keep my mind as positive as possible. And, when you watch this stuff, sometimes it can get depressing and, you start to get really afraid. And, instead of getting that much, that afraid, I just keep my mind clear of that kind of stuff. But I know what's going on. I definitely know what's going on.
So you're saying that, you're using this time to reflect on God, to be creative and writing more deeper messages.
Yes.
We had your brother on our show not too long ago, right before this pandemic hit. And he came to the show with earbuds, scooters. Like he was talking about cash at me. Like he has 100 things he's doing. Are you like that? Does that like run in a family or that's just him?
No, I'm more of an introvert. I'm a people person, but I'm not as outgoing as Ray J. Ray J is just, yo, you know, I gotta get you this new thing. He's just so hyped about everything. And I'm not exactly like that.
Right.
I love
But
him. He's like my favorite person in the world.
No, I know that. You know what? And for those just tuning in, and Brandy's on the line with us, one of the things that comes to mind was when you got punked on MTV with with your brother Ray J, and that's when I knew. Like, listen, I have sisters. You know, I don't like all of them the same, but in any case, I love them all. But I knew then at that point, I said, nah, Brandy loves her little brother. Like she would fight somebody for him. It was, and I can appreciate that connection and that love for real.
Yeah, that's my guy. There's nobody on earth like Ray J.
Right. I mean, we felt like family just from that one interview. That's how cool he is. Like, he is amazing. Yeah. But I want to ask you something
about his whole celebrity thing when you hang out with him.
Yes,
absolutely. So what do you have planned coming out of this? Are you working on something that's going to, shock the world, and you come out with something new and creative after this?
Well, of course, my music. I haven't stopped working on that. I'm still mixing the album. This is my first time ever mixing an album of mine. This is my 7th album, and I can't believe, I'm experiencing all of these new things, being a producer and a writer.
Oh, you like mixing it yourself?
Yeah, I'm mixing. Of course, I have, the incredible Jason Joshua on it, but, he's open to my suggestions and, hearing my opinions about everything. But I've just been working on that, and I want to put that out for the fans. They've been waiting for a while, so I just think it's time.
Yeah, I agree with you. Outside of music, though, Brandy, I've always felt like you were an amazing actress. Obviously, the success of your show, Moesha, is self-explanatory. But outside of that, like, as you've grown into this woman, I've always thought, like, why is Brandy not in front of the camera more? Because she has the skill. Is it something that you just shied away from? You want to focus on raising your daughter, or what?
Not at all. I've been acting for a while, and I actually was a part of some amazing shows. Maybe you didn't catch, like The Game or Star.
Oh, yes.
Those were some amazing characters that I was able to play. That was completely different from my personality as a person, and then also different from Moesha or some of the things that people remember me from. So I loved working with that cast and exploring the whole acting.
My apologies.
How is that?
It's okay.
Yeah. How is that though? You see how you can do so much in life, but there's just going to be one piece of work that just sticks to you. Like Moesha, people, it's hard to forget. Matter of fact, my brother played in the episode. He was a security guard that. Yeah, he was. My brother's name is Billy. He was a security guard that accused your brother of shoplifting. So it's hard to forget you as Moesha. How does that feel when you've worked on so many other things?
You know what? I appreciate that. I appreciate when people, love the things that I've done and, love the recent things that I've done. It's my work. And so I'm always overwhelmed when people express their love for what I've done. I don't have a problem with it at all. Now, when people call me Moesha, that's a little different. Because I work hard to do my music and Moesha at the same time. So don't be calling me by my character name.
What artists of today, like newer artists, you enjoy listening to?
Well, my daughter has me listening to this new Justin Bieber album that I really love. I love Justin Bieber album. She's a big fan of her and Ella Mai and Snow Allegra. So I've been able to hear all of these new, amazing young artists that are just holding it down for R&B.
So we need our kids for that? Because as a parent, like I have children as well, 16-year-old daughter and 11-year-old son. Like, is that how we stay up to date with the new young artists?
For me, that's definitely how I stay up to date because, I'm creative right now. So I don't really listen to what's going on out there when I'm in creative mode. So my daughter definitely keeps me up to date for sure.
Right. So can you tell us more about this single? Why this single right now?
Well, I feel like mothers across the world need to be celebrated for holding it down for their children. Oh. And, that's one of the most important positions in life is being a mother and being that guiding light for, who's looking up to you. And I just thought that it would be a great collaboration with Chance. He's a family guy who's all about, God and, his morals are intact. And I just thought it would be so cool. And he snapped on the record. Like I was so blown away by his verse. I was like, yes, Chance, get it to us.
He's a super talented artist. I mean, you've been in a position where you've been a single mother before, if I'm not mistaken, right? What is the hardest thing about, right, okay, what is the hardest thing about being a baby mom? I'm talking about earlier on when, it doesn't work out with your significant other and this is all new thing. What's the hardest part of that for mothers that are experiencing that now?
I mean, I think one of the hardest parts about it is being everything for your child, and setting this example that everything is going to always be okay. And even though life hits you in different ways, you still have to be strong and independent for that somebody that's looking up to you and expecting you to, lead the way and lead by example. But it's a joy because she keeps me on point. She keeps me thriving to be the best version of myself. And one of the greatest gifts is being a mother to my daughter. I absolutely love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Oh, amen. I share that sentiment so much with my 4 kids. Oh, listen, before this pandemic happened, we had another tragedy, which was huge as well. And that was the death of Kobe. How did that hit you? Being that I know you had some kind of history with Kobe Bryant.
I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I didn't know you were going to ask me that. But that is just so unfortunate. And I feel like I just feel so bad for Vanessa and her girls. I just feel so bad for what happened and for what happened with all of us. Just it's unbelievable. I mean, he was such a great role model, a great champion, and a great father, a great family man. It's just, you wonder why things happen like that to beautiful people like Kobe. And then his daughter is just, I can't even really get into how, deep that has affected me. I'm sorry. I don't know what to really say.
No, I mean,
no, don't be sorry.
Don't be sorry. I mean, you've been a woman that expressed that you're very connected with God, like, a God-fearing woman. What do you say to people that maybe their faith, because of something like the Kobe situation or the pandemic that's going on right now, like, how do you keep that faith strong and still trust in God and believe in God? Because sometimes it gets shaky. It's hard.
That was a very hard one for me. Like, I definitely, I stopped praying for months because I didn't know what to ask God. I didn't know what to say, because it's what do you say when something like that happens? Mm-hmm. And when it's, close to you or close to home it just makes you wonder, like, why,
Right.
Yes.
But I try to keep the faith, and I try to stay strong and try to believe that there's a higher will, for our highest good. At some point you have to believe in something higher and something better. Yes. Because if you just pay attention to everything that we're experiencing, even now, it's like you wonder, like, what is really going on, or where are we? What are we doing? What's going to happen? Or, sorry, well, I'm just throwing off a little.
No, don't be sorry. Oh, we want you to share your feelings. And what I feel is like, if you are of the people who believe in God and believe that there is an afterlife, then people who die have something to look forward to, and I think that as believers, sometimes we forget that the Bible or whatever it is we're reading, it tells us about a better place. It tells us about a better place. So in actuality, like, my favorite book says to die is gain. And it's just hard for us to fathom that as humans with our finite thinking, that we just want to live and we want to be here with our kids, our grandkids, our great grandkids, and we just want to live forever. But if you are a believer in God, then there is something to look forward to. And you're blessed for getting there sooner.
I can definitely feel that. And that does bring some comfort, because we all have to leave this earth at some point in our life. And we definitely didn't come from here. We came from elsewhere, I believe. and we'll be going back to that beautiful place, hopefully.
Yes. I mean, to lighten the load here real quick, before you get out of here, I just want to, I want to touch on the Baby Mama record. Like, so, I mean, Chance to me is one of the most talented artists out there, right? I mean, did you have a relationship before you guys created this record, or did you just have your people reach out to his people? How did that whole thing come about?
Oh, we actually FaceTimed here and there. He actually reached out to me to use a sample from my first single when I first came out, I Want to Be Down. He wanted to use that. And so
classic.
I might need to call up for you for
you said, you can use that, but I'm gonna need a verse.
I'm gonna need a verse for something in the future. And Baby Mama, I thought was the perfect record for him. And in the verse, he's so for the mother. He's a mother lover, and that's what I appreciated about his verse. And he did his thing.
You picked the perfect person for that. I totally agree. He's like, it's totally about his daughter, his mom. So that was perfect.
Wait a minute, I want to know if you like my part, child. You all over the Jan's part.
No. Listen,
you like my part.
You are the song. I mean, the song is fire. I'm just saying, Chance was icing on the cake. I just thought it was a perfect choice. Nah, the record is dope. Listen, today I was, our producer sent us a record today, and I just, normally I have to play it just to elaborate on it. But I was like, I kept playing it. I was like, yo, this is dope. I cleaned my house to your record all day today, to be honest.
Yes,
since I'm home all day.
I think that this has the potential, especially now that all we have time for is radio and stuff like that. I think that we have another Mary J. Blige and Method Man hit, and you know what I'm talking about.
What?
I'm telling you.
Come on.
Strong possibility.
Listen,
you got to speak it into existence.
Listen, Brandy, I mean, you guys should do some. What's the plans? Because we don't know when we're going to have a chance to go back to production, producing, shooting videos. But you guys got to come up with something with a dope concept to maybe shoot a video while he's home, while you're home, or something like that.
We got a video. We got a video for the record. The video.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm excited to let you know.
Oh, man. When is that dropping? You have an idea?
I do. It's coming probably a week after next.
Okay.
Sounds good. Brandy, they're rushing us. They're rushing us to wrap up. I'm so sorry.
No, I can talk to you all day. Listen, we appreciate you taking the time. You look amazing. You don't look any older than 20 years old. God bless you and your family. Keep safe. Keep the mask while you out there.
I will.
Stay safe.
You guys too, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
God bless y'all.
God bless you too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Brandy, folks.